The universe is a place of wonder and terror. For billions of years our sun has been a steadfast companion, bathing us in its warmth and light. It is the anchor of our solar system, holding all in its gravitational embrace. But what if, in an instant, this celestial giant were to simply vanish? What would become of our planet, our precious Earth, without the life-giving energy of the sun? Imagine waking one day to find the sun has vanished. The sky, once ablaze with the golden hues of dawn, remains stubbornly dark. Panic sets in as the chilling realization dawns upon humanity. Our sun, the very source of our existence, has disappeared. The year is current year. This is the story of the day the sun went out. In the grand cosmic ballet, Earth waltzes around the sun, bound by its invisible gravitational tether. But sever that tether and our planet would become a rogue traveler in the vast cosmic dark. Let's embark on a journey through time and explore the chilling consequences of a sunless sky. For the first 8 minutes after the sun's disappearance, life on Earth would proceed as if nothing had changed. This is because it takes approximately 8 minutes for light from the sun to reach us here on Earth. We are always living 8 minutes behind the sun. Imagine you are holding one end of a cosmic string, and the sun is holding the other. If the sun were to suddenly let go, the information that the string is no longer taut would travel at the speed of light. We wouldn't feel the tug, the absence, until that information reached us. So, for those precious few minutes, the hustle and bustle of life would continue. People would go about their daily routines, oblivious to the cosmic drama unfolding millions of miles away. The birds would sing their morning songs and traffic would clog the streets just as it always has. But then, the darkness would descend. Not gradually, as in a sunset, but all at once. The sun, a constant presence in our sky for billions of years, would simply vanish. The moon, reflecting the sun's light, would disappear too, plunging the night sky into an impenetrable blackness. The stars, usually too faint to be seen during the day, would become visible cold and distant pinpricks of light against the black canvas of space. This sudden absence of light would be our first clue that something was terribly wrong. Plants, dependent on sunlight for photosynthesis, would cease their production of oxygen. The air would begin to still, the first sign of a planet slowly suffocating. Without the sun's gravity to hold it in its orbit, the Earth would continue its forward momentum, hurtling off into the vast emptiness of space like a stone flung from a slingshot. Our planet would be adrift, alone in the darkness. The end had begun. In the first 24 hours without the sun, panic and confusion would grip the world. The initial shock of the sun's disappearance would give way to a chilling reality. We are alone, in the dark, and the clock is ticking. The most immediate effect would be the plummeting temperatures. Without the sun's energy to warm our planet, the Earth would start to cool at an alarming rate. Within hours, the average global temperature would drop below freezing. But the cold would be the least of our worries. The sudden absence of sunlight would bring photosynthesis to a grinding halt. Plants, the primary producers of oxygen and the base of the food chain, would begin to wither and die. The air, already growing stale, would start to lose its life-sustaining oxygen. Cities, once beacons of human activity, would plunge into darkness. Electricity grids dependent on solar and other renewable energy sources would begin to fail. The comforting glow of our screens, our connection to the outside world, would flicker and die. Yet amidst the chaos, there would be glimmers of hope. Humanity, a species known for its resilience and ingenuity, would begin to adapt. Nuclear power plants, with their reserves of fissile material, would continue to generate electricity, providing light and warmth to those fortunate enough to be within their reach. But these would be isolated pockets of survival in a world rapidly descending into chaos. The true battle for survival, the fight against the encroaching cold and dwindling resources, was just beginning. Chapter 3: The Great Freeze. As the first week without the sun draws to a close, the Earth would be in the throes of a catastrophic freeze. The average global temperature would plummet to minus 17 degrees Celsius, or 0 degrees Fahrenheit, and the once familiar landscapes would be transformed into icy wastelands. The oceans, vast reservoirs of heat, would slow the pace of the freeze but not halt it entirely. The surface of the oceans would begin to freeze, locking in the life teeming beneath in a layer of ice. The once mighty waves would be silenced, replaced by an eerie stillness. Deeper down in the oceans, life would persist for a while at least. Hydrothermal vents, spewing heat from the Earth's interior, would create pockets of warmth, providing refuge for extremophiles, creatures that thrive in the most extreme environments. On land, however, the situation would be far more dire. Plants and animals, unable to adapt to the rapidly changing conditions, would perish in droves. The once vibrant ecosystems would fall silent, the delicate balance of nature shattered. Humanity, now facing its greatest challenge, would be forced to retreat underground. Nuclear bunkers, built during the Cold War as a last refuge from nuclear annihilation, would become havens of survival. Here, with their stores of food, water, and energy, small pockets of humanity could cling to life, but even these shelters would offer only a temporary reprieve. The Earth, no longer tethered to the sun, would be hurtling through the vast emptiness of space at unimaginable speeds. The planet's trajectory, once a predictable ellipse around the sun, would become a straight line, a cosmic arrow shot into the void. Chapter 4. A world in perpetual darkness. As weeks turn into months, the Earth would transform into an alien world, its surface shrouded in perpetual darkness. The once familiar blue skies would be replaced by a black star-studded expanse. The air would be thin and frigid, the temperature hovering around -100 degrees Celsius or -148 degrees Fahrenheit. The surface of the planet would be unrecognizable. Oceans would freeze solid, their surfaces covered in thick layers of ice. Land masses would be buried under blankets of snow and ice, the remnants of mountains and valleys barely discernible beneath the frozen wasteland. Life, as we know it, would cease to exist on the surface. The only refuge from the brutal cold and lack of sunlight would be found deep underground, where geothermal energy, the heat from the Earth's core, would provide a faint glimmer of warmth. Here, in the depths of the Earth, life would find a way to endure. Chemosynthetic bacteria, organisms that derive energy from chemical reactions rather than sunlight, would form the basis of a new food chain. These hardy life forms would thrive in the geothermal vents and volcanic hot springs, their existence a testament to life's tenacious grip. But for humanity, survival would be a constant struggle. Confined to their underground bunkers, dependent on dwindling resources and artificial light, their world would shrink to the confines of their shelters. The dream of returning to the surface to reclaim their place under the sun would fade with each passing generation. Chapter 5. A Cosmic Drift. Eons would pass and the Earth, now a rogue planet, would drift through the interstellar void. The once vibrant blue planet would be a frozen relic, its surface a barren wasteland. The oceans, once teeming with life, would be frozen solid, their depths a graveyard of extinct creatures. The atmosphere, no longer held in place by the sun's gravity, would slowly dissipate into space. The Earth, once protected by its gaseous shield, would be exposed to the harsh radiation of the cosmos. But even in this cold, dark expanse, there would be a glimmer of hope. The Earth, in its endless journey, might encounter another star, another source of light and warmth. If the Earth were to drift into the gravitational influence of another star, it could be captured, drawn into a new orbit. This new star, depending on its size and temperature, could potentially reignite the frozen Earth, melting the ice and allowing life to flourish once more. But such an encounter would be a matter of cosmic chance. The vast distances between stars make such an event highly improbable. The more likely scenario is that the Earth would continue its lonely journey through the cosmos, a frozen monument to a lost world. Yet the human spirit, even in the face of such overwhelming odds, would refuse to be extinguished. In their underground bunkers, the descendants of humanity would keep the flame of knowledge alive, passing down stories of the sun, of the world that once was, and the hope that one day they might find their way back to the light. Outro: a universe of possibilities. The sun's disappearance, while a hypothetical scenario, serves as a stark reminder of our fragility in the face of the cosmos. Our existence on this planet is inextricably linked to the star we call the sun. It is the ultimate source of our energy, the engine that drives our climate, and the celestial anchor that holds our solar system together. Yet the universe is full of surprises. While the sun's demise is not imminent, it is a certainty in the distant future. Billions of years from now, our sun will exhaust its nuclear fuel and expand into a red giant, engulfing the inner planets, including Earth. But even this seemingly apocalyptic event is but a chapter in the grand cosmic narrative. Long after our sun has faded away, new stars will ignite, new planets will form, and the cycle of life, death, and renewal will continue. The universe, in its infinite vastness, holds endless possibilities, both wondrous and terrifying. It is up to us, the inheritors of this cosmic legacy, to explore, to understand, and perhaps one day, to transcend the limitations of our pale blue dot, and venture out into the great cosmic ocean.